everyone. Welcome back to Quick Count. My name is Codd Sinclair. This episode is from Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Today we're taking a look at the 2004 Royal Rumble match. The style for this one is going to start a new trend of how I'm doing the Quick Count videos. So instead of them being more of a watch along or a live react or however you want to categorize that, this is not going to be that style of video. It's going to be a traditional, I'll watch it, I'll come on, I'll review it, and then I'll still give my count at the end. Everything else will be the same. But it's called Quick Count for a reason. These are supposed to be a little quicker. There will be times where I will do a watch along or a live react, something of that nature. But that's not what Quick Count is. So also today just came in the mail, Brody Lee band. All right, so this will be on for all my reviews moving forward. So let's jump right into it. Jim Ross and Taz on commentary for this one, and we get Taz's keys to victory. This Rumble has 90-second intervals, which I think are a perfect amount. Chris Benoit gets number one because GM Paul Heyman gave it to him. Jim Ross also makes note that there's only one person to get the number one and go the distance, and that is Shawn Michaels in 1995, which we have watched here on Quick Count. Number two is the current Intercontinental Champion, Randy Orton. Watching Orton now in 2021 and seeing him here in aqua-colored tights is really weird to see. But we move on. Number three, World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry, who at the time is managed by Teddy Long, which I completely forgot about. Number four is Tajiri. Five is Bradshaw. Bradshaw's still with the APA at this point, but he has now kind of morphed his appearance into what we would see in modern day JBL. He gets three consecutive clotheslines from hell. Tries to give one to Chris Benoit, counters it into a crippler crossface, which leads to his elimination. Number six is Rhino. Tajiri trying to get the 400-plus pound Mark Henry in a tarantula. Rhino goes to gore Benoit. Benoit moves. He gores Henry instead, which has Tajiri release the tarantula attempt and is eliminated. Benoit uses this, though, as an opportunity to get Mark Henry out of the match. With that elimination, this crowd is red hot for Chris Benoit. This is tailor-made for him to go a good amount of time. Orton and Rhino now working on Chris Benoit. Then we get number seven, which is Matt Hardy. Matt hits a side effect on Rhino, almost gets eliminated by Chris Benoit. But then we do get number eight. That is Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. And I swear somebody better check on Taz because all of Steiner's suplexes are getting him very excited. Jim Ross, though, with an interesting fact right before we get to number nine. There are no former Royal Rumble winners in this match. So we are guaranteed to have a first-time winner. Number nine, Matt Morgan comes in immediately, hits a big sit-out powerbomb on Chris Benoit. Number 10, the Hurricane. And we are now a third of the way through this Rumble. Hurricane tries a crossbody on Matt Morgan, who catches him and vaults him over and out. Number one is Booker T, and we immediately get a WCW face-off with him and Scott Steiner. At number 12 is Kane, and as he is still coming down the ramp, red lights and all, Steiner gets eliminated. We get the replay verifying that. Kane destroys everyone in this match. We get to number 13. The lights go off. We get two Undertaker gongs. Lights come on. Nobody's there. Coming out. So we think it's the Undertaker. But you have Kane saying, "I burned you alive." like just over and over. And he's staring down the ramp, kind of in a trance almost. Booker T dumps him out. So that is it for Kane in this Royal Rumble. But the real number 13 is Spike Dudley. Kane thinks that it was him that played the gongs. So Kane delivers a choke slam, and Spike Dudley does not make it into the match. Number 14 is Rikishi. And this is as big as I have seen him in WWE. Right as he gets to the ring, though, Chris Benoit eliminates Rhino. Number 15, we get a fresh-faced 20-year-old Rene Dupree. I think that the La Resistance gimmick at the time was great. I think it really fizzled over time. But I thought that he had, something that at least WWE could keep around for a little bit. However, Dupree does get an elimination. He eliminates Matt Hardy. Does what Taz calls, and this is wildly inappropriate, the French tickler. And then Rikishi super kicks Dupree over and out. Halfway through, we still have Benoit, Orton, Matt Morgan, Booker T, and Rikishi. And then adding to the fray, number 16, we get A-Train. Benoit eliminates Matt Morgan. Orton throws Rikishi out. And then he throws Booker T out. So a lot of eliminations happening there in a small span. Now at 17, we get one half of the world's greatest tag team, Shelton Benjamin. As he gets in, Benoit eliminates A-Train. Shelton Benjamin goes for a super kick, gets hung up on the top rope, and Orton then dumps him. So now, going to number 18, we just have the number 1 and the number 2 entrant in the ring. So now number 18, a gentleman named Lamont runs down to the ring and announces Ernest the Cat Miller. It is worth noting that Benoit and Orton are both on their backs at this point in the ring. So then we get Lamont and the Cat in the ring dancing and jiving. And it's to Brodus Clay's entrance music, Somebody Call My Mama. So now you can, and the best part of this is Taz singing it as they're dancing, and then, finally, Benoit and Orton get to their feet. Benoit goes to throw Lamont out, grabs his wig, and throws it on accident. So then we get Lamont in the ring like, my hair. And then he gets dumped, and then Orton eliminates the Cat. So that was the ha-ha moment. But number 19, now we're in business here because it's Kurt Angle. Commentary does make note of Kurt Angle dedicating his victory in the Rumble to the men and women of our armed forces, which could go one of two ways. We will find out here shortly. Number 20 is Rico, and I noticed doing the research for this review that Jim Ross always makes note that Rico is a former Las Vegas police officer. If you wanted people to remember that, don't have this preconceived notion of what his character is on screen by making him very flamboyant. We don't need to know every single time what his past life was in every single match. Just make him a tough guy, and the rest will follow. Orton does get Rico on his shoulders, fireman's carry style, and dumps him out. Number 21 is Test, but no sign of Test. Orton RKO's Angle, then we cut backstage. Test has been laid out. We then see Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is who is acting as an on-screen authority figure. Not sure if this is his sheriff run here or not. But he's talking to somebody. We can't see who it is because they're around the corner, but he's looking at him. He says, "This is my number 21 entrant. Now you're the number 21 entrant." And it's Mick Foley. Orton is in ring looking like he's seen a ghost. Crowd has come unglued for Mick Foley. He guns directly for Randy Orton. They start slugging it out. And then one cactus clothesline later, Mick Foley and Randy Orton are both eliminated. Foley does continue to beat the tar out of Randy Orton. Number 22, though, is Christian. And a lot of focus at this point is on the outside between Foley and Orton. Officials trying to stop and break it up. Orton gets a steel chair, hits Foley in the head twice, both unprotected chair shots. They make their way up the ramp where Foley does pull out Sacco. And while this is happening, we get number 23, Nunzio. He gets it locked in on Nunzio instead of Randy Orton, which is why you're here. Orton takes Foley to Dick Kick City and books it to the back. We will get to Nunzio in just a second. Back to the Rumble, we get number 24 is the Big Show. And very similar to Rikishi, this is as big as I have seen him to date. There was that stint a handful of years ago where they sent him to developmental to lose weight and increase cardio. It looked like he came back. He looked good. And then now we're to this. So a little concerning. But either way, he's destroying everyone. To Nunzio now, he hasn't gotten in the ring yet. Commentary does mention that it is the best way to not get eliminated. Number 25 is Chris Jericho, and the remaining men in the ring now try to eliminate the Big Show, but to no avail. Number 26, the other half of the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas. Christian tries to throw out Jericho, skins the cat though, and then reverses it on Christian and eliminates him. Number 27 is the returning Billy Gunn, who comes in like a man possessed. Cut to Nunzio sitting on the outside against the barricade, just watching in the fetal position. Number 28 is the Doctor of Thugonomics. That is Mr. John Cena. Not yet World Champion Cena, not yet Super Cena, but the crowd is really starting to build for him. Cena notices Nunzio and throws him in. Number 29 is Rob Van Dam. We know that number 30 is Goldberg, though, who won a Battle Royal on Raw to earn the coveted number 30 spot. So including him, we have Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Nunzio, Big Show, Chris Jericho, Charlie Haas, Billy Gunn, John Cena, and Rob Van Dam. That makes 10 men left in this match, as all men have come out. Goldberg does get in the ring. It's spears and strikes for everyone. He has Nunzio hanging on his back. He eliminates Charlie Haas. He spears Nunzio, and I swear that's one of the more devastating spears I've seen in recent time. It could be because Nunzio is probably about $150 soaking wet. But he takes a break from that. He eliminates Billy Gunn, goes back to Nunzio, eliminates him. Goldberg going for a jackhammer on the Big Show, but Brock Lesnar runs in and gives Goldberg an F5. They have been building this feud now for a little bit. Lesnar now outside of the ring, Goldberg staring him down. Angle seizes the opportunity and eliminates Goldberg. So this would lead to the stinker of a match at WrestleMania 20 with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Obviously, I've gone a little bit more in depth on that in my Survivor Series review, where it was their first match back. Because Goldberg would be leaving, his 1-year contract was up. And then Brock Lesnar would be not renewing his contract and looking to the NFL and his tryout with the Minnesota Vikings. So back to the Rumble, we are trying to eliminate the Big Show now. To no avail once more. He's back in control, but not for long. Everybody hits their signatures and their finishers on a grounded Big Show, and he's on the ground. We can't do anything. So Kurt Angle leads the charge. We got to pick him up and throw him over. Show, though, powers up, eliminates John Cena, and then eliminates Rob Van Dam. So our final four in this one, we have Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, The Big Show, and Chris Jericho. Big Show chokeslams Jericho over the top and to the outside. After Angle slammed to the Big Show and Chris Benoit, the straps come down, and Kurt locks in the ankle lock on Big Show. Big Show climbs up the ropes, puts himself over the top rope, lays himself on the apron, and then uses that momentum, swing his leg over to eliminate Kurt Angle with the ankle lock still applied. So our final two now, we have the number 1 entry, Chris Benoit, and number 24, The Big Show. Big Show goes for a chokeslam. Benoit slips out and locks in the crossface. Show fights out, picks Benoit up over his head, but Benoit slips it into a modified guillotine. Show's going to lay him over, but Benoit plants his feet on the apron. He's pulling Show over. Big Show falls to the floor. Chris Benoit is the winner of the 2004 Royal Rumble. At this time, he set a record for longevity in a Royal Rumble match with 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30 seconds. My grade for this match is a 5 count. This is one of my favorite Royal Rumbles to watch. For me, it's on par with 92 and 01. As far as significance goes, though, and what it leads to, this is the best Royal Rumble in my eyes. It's star-studded from start to finish. It's exciting, not a dull moment. We're building storylines, keeping some current ones going. Not surprise returns, but enough intrigue still there to be entertained, to be locked in. Obviously, though, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. That is Chris Benoit. Obviously, it was an incredible performance by him, but obviously, it is overshadowed by real-life tragedy. So there is no mention now of this victory whatsoever in the annals of WWE. When they talk about the number 1 entrant every single year now, they say 2 people have won from the number 1 position, including Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels in 1995. So no mention of who that other person is, what year. Sometimes during the Rumble season, they'll put out a playlist or a compilation video showing like the final 2 in each Rumble and how the winner wins. They'll show 2003, skip 04, go straight to 05. So if you do want to learn more about the Benoit tragedy, I would strongly recommend starting by watching the 2-part Dark Side of the Ring on Vice. But that is all we are going to cover on here. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Quick Count. I hope you enjoy this new format. Have you seen this match already? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. If you haven't, I have where you can find this match and timestamps for you in the description in case you do not want to watch the whole match. While you are there in the description, check out our social media links, including links to our Ko-fi page and my Discord, where you can get daily and weekly show updates. As always, thank you for watching. My name is Codd Sinclair, and we will see you next time.